I don't know whose channel this is gonna go on, but we can figure that out later. I don't really care about that.
Yeah. Okay. So what's Is this just a gimmicky thing? Can I click on it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I never really messed with that. I never messed with the menu screen like this before. That's kind of funny. It's taking me back to the Super Mario 64 days.
I do love it when games do this.
Hmm.
Little quirky little things like this. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So Balatro is a fantastic game, and I gave you my heavy recommendation that you will love it. Uh, Particularly uh, after our history together with Inscription. We already have a history with card games, so I know you're going to dig this, and I wanted to get your pure, raw, first time impression of Balatro.
Okay. I'm looking forward to this then. This is genuinely like, because I get into card games very easily, very easily. So this is going to be interesting.
Let's go gambling.
Let's go gambling. Oh, we're just gonna go straight into it.
Yeah, there's a little tutorial. You can skip it if you want, and I can show you how to play. Or you can talk to Jimbo.
You know what? I want your instructions.
All right, perfect. So, there's a lot of stuff on screen here.
Okay.
Basically, what you're going to want to do is you're going to need to rack up enough points. Basically, you can do that by modifying your hand. You're going to get a large hand. I think it's 8 cards by default.
Okay.
And you have to select 5. But you also have 4 hands that you can play, and you have 4 discards. So you can discard up to 5 cards, and then get 5 cards to replace that. So we're talking like poker rules here.
Okay.
So you want flushes, you want straights, you want full houses if you can get them. Straight flushes are great but pretty rare. 4 of a kind is solid, but again pretty rare. But basically, yeah, lot of poker rules going on here. The first round, it's pretty basic. So you can go ahead and select the small blind, and we can get started.
Okay.
Yeah, Jimbo's gonna keep showing up. You can just skip, but you have to skip every time.
That's all right. Sorry,
Okay.
Jim. Not to J Jimbo.
Now, before we get started here, let me show you a couple of buttons that you have available to you. First, click on your cards, the deck to the right. You can view your deck, and you can see what cards you have left available.
Okay.
So that's going to be a pretty useful tool available for you.
Very useful.
Yeah. All right. You can, yeah. I mean, you can look at the full deck, but I don't really see the point because you can see everything right there in the remaining section.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can hover over it too to get a quick preview of it. So you can see like, oh, I have 12 clubs in the deck, but I have 10 hearts in the deck. And it just kind of lets you know like what your odds are going to be going into it. You can also click on the Run Info button to the left, right here. And that'll show you what combinations that you've historically played so far. This will become more useful later on in the game. The blind section basically is going to tell you about what's coming up. You'll want to keep an eye out for the boss blind, which is the 3rd one, and this one coming up is the hook. And each boss blind has a gimmick, which will mean, in this case, it discards 2 random cards per hand played. So you play your hand, and then 2 cards left over in your hand will automatically get discarded after. So each boss has its own gimmick, makes it difficult. And then there's vouchers that you can purchase, and you haven't purchased any vouchers yet. We'll get into the vouchers after the first round here. The first round is pretty easy. You just want to play your best hand available. Discards are encouraged to make use of them if you want to try and get a better hand here. I will refrain from coaching you on making decisions here unless you ask for help.
Okay.
Oh, and yeah, to select your hand, or to select either the hand that you're going to play or the hands that you're going to discard, you just click on the cards.
All right.
And yeah, you can select 1 through 5 cards to either play or to discard. And yeah, your goal is to score at least 300 chips, essentially. Chips are like the point value here. So you just got a 2 pair. No, actually you got a 1 pair. And that was 56 points.
Okay.
And you have 3 hands left and 4 discards left available to you.
Okay. Let's see.
Again, I highly encourage you to take advantage of the discards. I should also mention, your best hand is the only one that will get you points. So if you play a 3 of a kind and the queen doesn't get you any points. It's just the 3 of a kind.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There are exceptions to the rule, but that is the rule. So that 3 of a kind just got you 150 points as opposed to the initial pair.
Very nice.
And yeah, I'll refrain from saying what you have unless you ask for help. I'm trying not to backseat game here.
Is now a good time to admit that I've never played poker in my life?
What?
Yeah.
You've never played poker?
Yeah, I don't understand it. It's always
my God.
confusing to me.
Oh my god. Okay. That changes everything. Oh my god. You said you've been into card games. I assume that you knew the most famous card game of them all.
I've never understood.
Okay.
I can never get people to teach me.
Okay. Well, this is kind of your opportunity. So, this is essentially like single player poker.
Okay.
So yeah, 4 of a. Okay. So, let me explain the most common ones. So you know a single pair. A 2 pair is when you have 2 of the same card. So in this case, you have 2 8s and 2 6s available. A 3 of a kind, you know what a 3 of a kind is. We just did that earlier. You had 3 7s. A full house is when you have a 3 of a kind and a pair. So, hypothetically, if you had 3 8s and 2 6s, that would be a full house. A flush is when you have 5 of the same type of card, but in different numbers. So, in this case, you could have 5 spades or 5 diamonds, and hypothetically, and you could just play them, and that would be a flush. A straight is you get all of the numbers in line, and this includes like the ace, king, queen, jack, 10. You know they go in that order, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, a straight is just having 5 consecutive numbers that line up that you can, count up or count down.
Okay.
Those are your most common ones that you'll want to go for, particularly full house, flush, and straight. If you come across a straight flush, I can explain it. I think I'll have to do a little more backseat gaming since you don't have the poker knowledge. I didn't realize that. Thank you for telling me in the first round.
I figured it might be important.
Yeah. You should be able to get by with just a 2 pair here.
Okay. Can I double, or would it only just be
What
the
do you
one?
mean?
Like if I
What do you
do...
mean double?
So I do this. Oh, okay, 2 pair.
Yes. Yeah,
Alright.
that's a 2 pair. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely you can do that. All right, that got you 96 points. That just got you over. And you had one hand left, and you had 3 discards left available. So you can cash out. You collect $4, and that will total you to $8 since you start off with $4. And now, when you cash out, we're gonna go to the shop.
Okay.
All right.
Hello, Jimbo.
You can go. You can go ahead and skip Jimbo. Yeah. So, the shop will offer you a variety of expansions and bonus cards available. First, I want you to hover over the voucher, that glove. So, every ante, we're on ante 1, it will consist of 3 rounds: a small blind, a big blind, and a boss blind. The ante, yeah, it lasts for 3 rounds, and each ante will offer you 1 voucher for the entire 3 rounds, and you can keep that throughout the game. The voucher is the most powerful, long-lasting effect, and it's nice because it doesn't really impact anything else. It's like its own independent thing, but it's the most expensive. So in this case, it's $10. You cannot afford the current voucher. If you wish, you can purchase the cards above that appear in the shop. You can hover over the $3 and the $2 cards. The $3 card, that is a tarot card. So the tarot cards are going to go to your top right when you purchase them. And in this case, it enhances 2 selected cards to make them multiplier cards. So multipliers, you're going to have cards that can give you extra chips when you play them. You're going to have cards that can multiply the score when you play them by adding a multiplier. And then you're going to have like a potentially like ×2, ×3 multipliers. And you can get those added to your cards potentially as well. So that's pretty valuable, all things considered. The Joker to your right, those will go up in the 5 cards section, specifically for Jokers. Jokers have long-lasting impacts for every card and every hand that you play. However, their effects are limited. You can only carry up to 5. The tarot cards you can hold in your possession. You use them, you essentially spend their effect, and then they go away. Okay. Whereas Jokers, they last through the entire game. So, I think for the sake of you learning how this works, we'll have you purchase them. You can also re-roll, but I don't recommend re-rolling because re-rolling at this stage in the game is relatively expensive. You would want a solid amount of money to re-roll. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have you buy the tarot card and the Joker card. You can also buy the packs at the bottom, but again, those packs are pretty expensive right now. So I don't recommend that you get them, but you can get Joker packs, tarot packs, and Planet pack, which the Planet cards haven't shown up yet, so I'll explain it to you when they show up. But this is good. Now you have a +4 multiplier with that Joker, and then you have the Empress Tarot card, which you'll be able to use basically in your next round. Whenever you have a hand that shows up, you can play that tarot card, and it will have an impact on your playing cards in your deck.
Okay.
You following me?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Alright. Well, there's not much else you can do here, so let's go ahead to the next round. Alright. Now you can skip this. I should also mention, hover over the skip blind button. So when you skip a blind, that typically will make it more difficult for you to complete the run, but they also give you rewards if you skip it. So it's a kind of a trade-off. In this case, it's gives $1 per unused discard this run. So it could potentially give you more money. In this case, it would give you $3 extra. I don't recommend that. I would hold off on the skips until you feel more comfortable with this game.
Got it.
So let's go ahead and select the big blind. You're going to play the second round. You need to get 450 chips now.
450.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So this is a pretty good starting hand. You have some options here. You got 2 jacks. You got 3 spades, 3 clubs. You got 2 threes. So there's a lot that you could go for here. But I would recommend discarding to try and improve your hand. Again, you can discard up to 5. Okay. So it all depends on what you're looking for. Okay. I would say you have 4 spades here. So I would maybe discard the 2, the 5, and the ace. Okay. Now you have enough for a flush here.
Should I only go with? Do I go with the higher cards versus like the
The
3?
higher cards will get you more points.
Okay.
Strategically, sometimes it's better off to go for the lower cards, but only situationally. Like an instance, maybe you don't want to play that jack, so that way you can keep it and potentially have a 2 pair. But you can also play that 3, and there you go. You have a flush either way. So, each card will also have like a base amount of points. So the queen will give you 10, the jack will give you 10, face cards give you 10. And then like the 8 will give you 8 points, the 5 will give you 5 points, 4 and 3. So you do get more initial points if you play the jacks, but I think it's smart to hold on to your duplicates if you can. So that way you can use them later for potentially like a 3 of a kind, a 4 of a kind, a full house. It's a good idea to hold on to them when you have them.
All right.
But yeah, go ahead, play the hand. And now you'll see the impact of the Joker. So that Joker just added a +4 multiplier, and just that one hand alone got you over there. That got you over the hump for scoring.
Oh, I
and you had
I
3
love
remaining hands. So this rewarded you, because you only played 1 hand. Every remaining hand, you get an extra $1. So now you have $10 because you're about to cash out 7. You can buy the voucher. So I would recommend permanently gain +1 hand per round. That's a really good voucher, and that's going to last you through the rest of the game. I would just go for that. I would redeem it. So now your hand is going to be 1 card larger. That's going to open up so many opportunities for you. I also realized that we didn't play the Empress Arcana yet. That's fine. I could show that to you later. You can hover over that Uranus card. So, Uranus, or in this case, it will level up your 2 pair. The planetary cards will level up different combinations that you can get. So this would level up your 2 pair to level 2, and it would increase your multiplier and the amount of chips that you get from playing it. So it's definitely recommended. But yeah, look at the right side. You now have 5 hands to play instead of 4. So you're going to be in a pretty good spot moving forward here. You don't have any money. You can sell your jokers and your tarot cards at a discount. So if you're feeling strapped for cash and you have cards that you don't really value, and there's something in the shop that you really want to get, you can sell it and move on. Or if you run out of space and you want another card to hold on to, particularly jokers, because selling them's typically the only way that you get rid of them. And you need to make room, then you sell a joker and then you buy the next one available.
Okay.
But you're in a pretty good spot here. So next up will be the boss blind. That will be the gimmick where it discards 2 random cards from your hand. And optionally you can also... No, actually, I don't think you can refresh the blind. I think that's only under certain circumstances. Alright, yeah, go ahead and select the boss blind here. This is the hook. Each boss has its own different effect. But this one's not too bad. Right here, actually, you are 1 card away from playing a flush. You have 4 hearts here.
Ah, yes.
So
5.
I would
yeah,
recommend doing a little bit of discarding and
Okay.
trying to get a flush. Alright, you have enough hearts for a flush.
Perfect.
And that got you 504 points. So you're in pretty good shape here.
Very nice.
Yeah. Flushes are pretty valuable early on. And that multiplier is definitely helping you. And yeah, right here you have a 2 pair. That should probably get you enough points. I think that'll get you over.
Yeah.
Because you're also going to get the multiplier here. The very cool thing about Balatro, which is also like pretty frustrating. Oh yeah, shoot. This might be a good time to use the Empress card. So if you just select 2 of the cards instead of the 4 that you're about to play, you can click on the Empress card and add a +4 multiplier to each card. So just go ahead and use it. So now you have that little extra design on the cards, and that will indicate that those are the cards with the multiplier. So not only do they give you 10 chips, they give you a +4 multiplier each. So go ahead and run that 2 pair and play your hand.
Oh, I love that.
And look at that. 616 points from that hand alone.
Easy.
I was about to forget about that tarot card again. So there, you got $8. The boss blind gives you $5 by default. I think the small gives you 3 and the big gives you 4. So you don't have enough for the new voucher, but you're in the second ante now. Oh, permanently gain +1 discard each round. Again, that's also pretty valuable. So, again, I don't necessarily want to... I don't want to, like, backseat game too much. But you're also just learning everything here. So... I don't know. I don't know if you want me to start being a little more hands-off and let you kind of figure things out. And
No,
then
I don't mind.
If you have questions, let me go in, or if me like gently guiding you through the process is the way to go. I'm not sure.
I do appreciate the gentle guiding. Is it worth me buying anything right now, or should I just keep saving for now?
Well, let's hover over the jokers and see what they do.
Okay.
This joker gains a +1 multiplier per consecutive hand play without a scoring phase card. So it could be good in the long term, because it's a +1 multiplier over time. So for every hand that you play without a face card, it's going to have a +1 multiplier. So currently it's at 0, but the first time that you play a hand without a face card, it'll be +1, then +2, +3, +4, and it will quickly outpace the current +4 Joker that you currently have. But it'll take at least 4 hands to meet it. It's also going to discourage you from playing face cards, though. And face cards are more valuable in the long run. They give you a lot of points. So you could take or leave this card. But let's hover over that campfire card. Okay, so that Joker gains a 1/4 of a point multiplier, but it's a times multiplier. It's not a plus multiplier. For each card sold, but it resets when the boss blind defeated is defeated. So then it'll just go back to ×1, which is, yeah, it's nothing. So I've messed around with that card before, because the times multiplier is quite valuable. However, it resets every ante. I'm not a fan of that. I think that really limits. I think that's a very restrictive card. So I think the bus stop Joker is significantly better than the campfire Joker, even though the campfire Joker is more expensive. You're going to quickly find out that some Joker cards are much more valuable and desirable than others. So it's up to you if you want to get the bus stop card or not, or if you want to save up some more money and try and get the voucher card later. Again, if you do buy the bus stop card, you'll still have $2 left over. So if you think that potentially you can score the required amount of points, which let's go back to the run info real quick. Go to the blinds. You would need 800. If you think you can get 800 in one hand, then you would have enough to buy the voucher in time for the big blind. And again, like, this is a gambling game. We don't know what's going to come up in the future rounds regarding Jokers. So a more valuable card could show up, or you can take the bird in the hand approach and be like, well, this card's pretty good. Let me just go ahead and take it. So it's up to you, really. I don't want to hold you back from the learning experience by preventing you from making decisions.
I think I'm gonna hold. I think I'm gonna hold the money for now.
Okay. Let's go to the next round then. Again, I really don't recommend skipping blinds on your first playthrough. I think that's a little bit more of an advanced technique. So right here you have a full house. Great hand. Great hand to start with. I would just play that, yeah.
Easy first hand.
And that got you 472. You're halfway there.
Already halfway?
You have a flush right here. This is just great RNG.
Is this permanent?
Yes, that's a permanent effect.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. Those two particular cards that you played that multiplier on, that's going to have an impact on it. In fact, you can click on your deck, and it will show that. It will show the multiplier for those two cards.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah. So that Jack of Diamonds already in your hand, so that's why it's invisible. Or not invisible, but transparent. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what makes those tarot cards pretty valuable. And there you go. You played 2 hands. You're gonna have a lot of money coming in. Oh,
yeah.
I forgot to mention. So for every $5 that you have, you will get a $1 bonus up to $5. So up to like $25 worth of cash that you hold on to, you collect interest.
I love
So
that.
having more money makes you more money.
Yeah. They say you got to spend money to make money. I disagree with that. I disagree with that sometimes.
Yeah. So, you can buy the voucher, or you can buy the Jokers, and of course you have standard packs. I guess I should explain what the standard packs are. The standard packs are just, so hover over it. Choose up to 1 of 3 playing cards to add to your deck. So that will expose to you like 3 different playing cards, and they'll just be like typical playing cards. That's why it's called the standard pack. But you can be like, oh, another ace. I'll take that. I want a 5th ace to add to my deck. Or I really like 10s. I think they're useful. I'm gonna add another 10 to my deck. You can also, if you don't like the cards that are selected, you can cut your losses and just skip it and be like, I don't want any of these cards. I spent the money. I'm gonna have to take that loss and just not get a card.
Okay.
So
Rather than bloat the deck.
the game is very flexible with what you're trying to do. There's a lot of strategy available to you. I would recommend that you hover over the Jokers so we can see what they do.
Okay.
So this one is a plus 12 multiplier if your hand contains a straight. Now, you haven't played any straights yet. So straights are, they're available, but they're a little bit, in my opinion, they're harder to get than flushes. And harder to get than full houses. They're still doable. It's a plus 12 multiplier, so that's really nice, and it does only cost $4. But again, you haven't played a straight yet, and you've played 4 rounds so far. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
The other thing that you can do is you can go to run info again, and if you're thinking about like the value of your cards, well, also think about the different cards that you've played. So you can see that number at the end, 0. You've played 0 straights, but you've played 3 flushes. So if you get a Joker that has an impact on flushes, that will adapt more towards your strategy.
Okay.
And typically, like, the later in the game, it's it also kind of impacts like what kind of you tend to notice like what kind of play style you've been going for in the session. So it's just a nice little thing to keep in mind.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. And that one is a plus 5 hand size, but it reduces by 1 every round. So that means you would start off with 10 hands, and then 9 hands, then 8 hands, then 7 hands, and 6 hands. It's good, but it doesn't last long.
Not really worth the money given.
And it's $6 as well.
Yeah.
You have 15.
It's a bit overpriced for how much I can afford. I think I'd just rather go for the voucher, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. That's a permanent +1 discard. So that'll give you 5 discards instead of 4.
Wonderful.
Alright.
And I will just save the rest.
Sounds good. Alright, let's go for it. So you getting the hang of it now?
I think I'm starting to get into this, yeah. Easy money.
You're most of the way there. One more good round will put you over easily. Yeah, for a straight you need all 5. You can't do a 4-card straight. Doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can also sort your hand by suit. Give that a try. Just down below in the middle.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's much better.
Yeah, so you can reorganize it by the type of card it is instead of the number. So you can switch back and forth. Yeah, that's pretty handy.
Given that I'm going with lots of flushes, I think this feels like the better layout.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I highly recommend switching back and forth.
Yeah.
So you have a good perspective on what you have.
I could probably try for... Oh, what's it called again?
A full house, a
full
flush, a straight.
Oh, what's it called? What's... I think it's a straight. Yeah, I could try for a straight.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Yeah, you would need a 6.
But it's more valuable.
Or an ace.
It's more valuable to go for a flush.
Yeah, flushes give you more points currently.
How many diamonds do I have? How many hearts do I have left? God damn it.
You only have 5 hearts left.
I can afford to do this.
Yeah, you do have 3 discards available to you.
Yeah.
Oh, you have an ace.
Oh.
You can play the straight.
Can I?
Yes. Aces count as both 1 and 11.
Ah, okay.
It likes being special. You're also hovering over the discard.
Oh, that almost
That
would have been a very terrible mistake.
That would have been dreadful. But yes, aces count as 1s. So they become quite valuable if you're looking for straights.
And that interest.
Yep. That interest can definitely help you.
That's
if
what
you're
we
willing
like.
to hold on to your money. Oh, hover over that Joker. Okay. I was wondering if it was a card with a special effect because it had that nice gloss. It does not. So that would give you +2 chips for each remaining card in your deck. So the chips that's the section in blue. It's not a multiplier, that's just your base to start off with. So, yeah, it would start you with 104 chips every time that you play it. And then it basically like adds that 104 onto whatever you have. And then if you add additional cards into your deck, every card that you add into your deck, it'll give you another 2 chips. So you have a deck of 52, it'll give you 104 right now. If you add an additional card to your deck, you'll have 53, it would give you 106, and so on and so forth. And then hover over that red card. Let's see what that Joker is. This Joker gains a +3 multiplier when any booster pack is skipped. So that means if you open up a pack and then you don't accept any cards, that would give you a +3 multiplier to that Joker. Okay, the Spectral pack and the Arcana packs. These are different. They're also more valuable. They're Mega and they're Jumbo. So they're going to give you a wider selection of cards. The Spectral pack, I believe the Spectral effects, they're not quite planetary. They're quite... I think they're quite similar to the tarot cards, actually. I believe the Spectral cards are ones that also enhance your cards. It might just be on the spot enhancements. Whereas I believe the tarot card... I don't really remember, actually. Hold up. Let me just do a quick Google search on the Spectral cards. Yeah, so Spectral cards are... They have unique effects that are a little bit different than tarot cards. It's kind of hard to explain without us going into it. Basically, they just have, like... Well, they have unique effects. Okay, I'll read out an example of a card that I pulled up on Google Images.
Okay.
So one example of a spectral card is the Grim, which destroys one random ace in your hand and adds 2 random aces to your hand.
Okay.
I do believe you can actually hold on to these, and they would go in the same section as the tarot cards and the planetary cards, the 0 out of 2 that you currently have. It's a mega pack, so you can select 2 out of 4 cards instead of like 1 out of 3. That Jumbo Arcana pack is a 1 out of 5, and that's for tarot cards, which you're already a little bit familiar with.
Yeah.
So, up to you. I don't want to force you if you want to hold on to your money. But you can open up the Spectral pack if you're interested in learning more about them.
I'm just a little... I'm just thinking because this one's going to apparently debuff my diamond cards.
That's going to debuff your diamond cards, yes.
So I want to like try and counter that with like some kind of buff card or...
Yes, so basically, none of your diamond cards will score you points.
Oh!
Yeah, that's what a debuff is. If you play a flush of diamonds, you won't get any points from the cards themselves. You'll get points from the Joker. But if you play a full house, and one of your cards is a diamond, the other 4 cards will give you points, and that one won't. So the diamonds are still valuable for you to be able to score.
Okay.
But, yeah, your points will be reduced because the diamond cards that you play won't have any effect. So, potentially, both the tarot and the spectral cards could help you. But it's a gamble. This is a gambling game. Let's go gambling. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if the cards will actually benefit you or not until you open the packs.
Well, I say we go. Let's go with the spectral.
All right.
I think that's a good way to go.
Spend $8 and we're gonna go for the spectral pack.
Let's go gambling.
Let's go gambling. All right. So you have 4 cards presented to you. Again, you do have the Grim, which destroys one random... Oh, in this case, it's 1 random card in your hand, adds 2 random enhanced aces to your hand. This is much better than that example that I showed you of the Grim. I don't know if it got buffed and patched, so that card is better now. But yeah, it destroys 1 random card in your hand, and we'll add 2 random enhanced aces, so they'll have like some sort of random effect to them that will make them more powerful. Let's hover over the aura card. The aura card will add a foil, holographic, or polychrome effect to one selected card in your hand. So you actually get to choose which card this has an impact for. The foil gives you plus 50 chips, the holographic will give you a plus 10 multiplier, and the polychrome will give you a 1.5 times multiplier. So that would be a very powerful card if you come across it. The Hex card, let's see what that does. Adds a polychrome to a random joker, destroys all other jokers. You only have one joker, so that would add a 1.5 times multiplier to your existing joker.
Which would make it 5.5. Is that correct?
Yeah, no, it would be a 1.5 times multiplier. So it's not going to make it 5.5.
Oh.
It's actually going to be a plus 4 multiplier and a 1.5 times multiplier. So those are separate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The times multiplier and the plus multiplier are 2 different effects, but they'll both show up in the red column. And then the Ouija card converts all cards in a hand to a single random rank. So, that means all those cards in your hand... Oh, and it reduces your hand size by 1. So your hand size would go down from 5 to 4. But all of those cards right there would be a single type of card. So they might all be aces, or they might all be 8s, or they might all be 3s. You don't know. You get to choose 2 of these cards to play their impacts.
Yeah,
I'll let you decide which ones you think are the best.
I'm not a fan of this one, because I don't want to lose a hand size if I'm running with flushes. Mm-hmm. Which is what I'm currently doing. Well, I want this one. Immediately.
Okay. So you lost that king, but you got 2 cards with effects on them. So that card gives you a times 1.5 multiplier. That's very nice. And then the other card to the right, that diamond, that will give you a plus extra 30 chips. Now it won't for the boss blind, because
of course
diamonds don't get bonuses, but that will give you an extra 30 chips. So yeah, those are some pretty valuable aces that you have there. And yeah, you get to choose one more.
Do I have to? Should I select the card before, or does it let me do it after? Because
so it depends on the type of card. If in this case the aura card, you would have to select the card beforehand in order to use the effect.
Ah, okay.
Because you're just doing these effects here and now. You can't hold on to it and save it for later.
I'll go with
Okay. Alright, so let's go to your deck real quick. Yeah, do your deck. Click on that 4. That 4 of hearts. Okay, that's gonna give you a plus 50 chips. So yeah, it foiled your card. So
perfect.
Yeah, it'll play an extra 50 chips when you play that 4.
Love to see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ideally, you want a combination of the plus chips, plus multiplier, and times multiplier. And that should get you the most points. It's nice to have a healthy balance.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm good for this.
Okay. Don't want to buy either of the jokers? You're good?
Definitely not. I feel like this one... I feel like this one's... It's beaten out by multipliers more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather just wait for more
Okay.
multiplier cards.
Let's go then.
Okay.
Alright, you're getting the window. All diamond cards are debuffed. You need 1,600 points.
Woo!
Yep,
Hit me
they
with
keep
the good.
escalating every time.
Hit me with the good cards.
Yeah, so all diamond cards are debuffed, but you can still use them if you have a valuable hand with them. But if you don't value them, yeah, you can certainly discard them. Also, don't feel like you only have to go for flushes. You have a lot of flexibility here.
Of course, of course.
Especially because you haven't played any planetary cards yet.
I don't think I can do anything with this one. Can I?
You can get a high card.
Yeah, that's... yeah, I'm not going to do that.
So you pretty much have two options here. You can try and go for the flush for the hearts, or you can try and go for a straight, which you'd need a 7. Either way, you'd need a 7 pretty much to complete the straight.
I'll take the flush, because it's more points.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Okay. Well, you would have been able to play a straight.
Shit.
Because you got a 7, but...
God fucking...
Uh,
Wait, I can still...
yeah.
Oh, no, I can't, because I got
No,
rid of
you
the
can't.
5.
You got rid of the 5, yeah.
Let's go gambling!
Again, you have 3 discards left, so you have plenty of discards available here. I wouldn't fret over it too much.
Okay.
But yeah, sometimes your returns won't be good. It happens. You have to be prepared for that.
This might have just saved it. This might have just saved it.
That got you 852. You're halfway there.
I've got 4 hands. I can win this in 4 hands. Okay. Alright, there's no point in focusing on the hearts anymore. Unless it's going to get me a...
You can always view your deck to see how many hearts you have left.
Yeah.
You have 5 hearts left. And it doesn't count the ones that are in your hand currently.
Okay.
You have 10 diamonds left
That's,
as well.
that's very concerning.
Again, you don't only have to rely on flushes.
What's the next thing I can try for?
You have full houses, which are pretty good. You get a 3 of a kind and a pair together. And again, you're only a queen away from a straight, it looks like, or a 7. So those are also pretty valuable. A straight's not as valuable as a flush, but it's still good.
Okay. I think I might try for a straight then.
You're jack through your 8. You're 1 card away from a straight here. And you're also a queen away from a straight as well.
Fuck.
So if you get a 7 or a queen, you'll get a straight. Flushes are still on the table, just probably not hearts.
They're at equal odds to get a 7 or a queen right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have 7. You have 3 sevens and 3 queens available.
This is my last
Um,
discard.
Oh, this is your last discard.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know as well. So
If I mess this
yeah.
up.
Well, you have 4 hands left to play
Yeah.
to get 750 points. I think you'll be in okay shape for now. But yes, technically this is a roguelike.
I'm gonna gamble on. I'm gonna chance it on the queen. I'm going for the queen.
Okay.
I'm gonna try for the queen. All right. Queen me, baby.
You got the 7.
What the fuck? I haven't
You
had
have
one.
no-
I didn't get one queen.
You have no discards left.
God damn it. Ugh.
You got the 7.
God, the 7. Ugh.
All right. So pretty much
How do I salvage this?
The other thing that you can do is you can treat a hand like a discard. So if you have a lot of hands available, you have no discards, you can just play a shitty hand and then hope that you get better cards to play for your next hand. That's also an option, so you don't have to just go for the best hand available.
All right. In that case, we're going for queens. We're going for queens. There's still a chance.
You don't have that. However, you are 1 card away from a flush. And you can also play a 2 pair with the aces and jacks.
While this card stays in hand.
Oh, yeah, okay. So that would actually give you times 1.5 multiplier if you hold on to the card instead of playing it. Interesting.
I'm 1 spade or club away from a flush.
You have 3 clubs in hand. You have 4 spades in hand.
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry. 2 clubs away from a flush, 1 spade away from a flush. Why am I so banking on flushes? It's so ridiculous. Why have I not got a queen? Why have I not gotten a queen?
3 queens available.
Jesus. All right, I'm gonna bank on the queen. I'm gonna bank on the queen. This is it. It's all the marbles.
Alright, you have 2
Yes!
hands left to play. You got a queen. So now you can play a straight.
Or
2
no.
jacks
Yeah.
is not a straight.
Oh shoot! Yeah.
That's a straight.
That should get me the. I hope that's enough.
We will find out.
It's all high cards, so it should be. Pray for me. If not, the last hand should be enough.
That's the fun thing about Balatro, is it doesn't tell you how many points you're going to score. Like, you can sit there and do the math, but the more fun thing is to kind of, like, sit and hope that it's going to be enough.
I did it with one, one hand remaining. That's what you love. $7.
You hit $7. Now you have $12 total, and you have entered the 3rd ante.
Woo woo! Oh, I didn't even notice that. So there's 8 antes total.
Yes, every time you beat a boss blind, you will advance to the next ante. And when you complete ante 8, you beat the game.
Yay!
So things progressively get harder each round, as you have seen.
Well, you know what? We're gonna do this first try. First try. I'm putting money down. This is going to be a first try. I'm going to get to ante 8 without any resets.